Hello, hello, hello. Gaming Hub has 1, 2, 3, 6 emojis with heart eyes, smiling. Welcome to my Sunday stream. I'm on time today. Wow, I'm on time today, you guys. How is everyone's Sunday going? Daniel says, good evening, goddess. Hello. Very nice to see you all as you trickle in. Have you guys started going outside? Like, are you still in lockdown? Everybody should still be, or at least still be wearing their masks. I'm curious. I'm taking a poll. Also, I just realized that I look like I look like a therapist, that I'm about to like take notes on somebody's you know, I don't know. How are you feeling today? That kind of thing. But yes. So quiet. What's happening out there? Or did everybody had such a like busy weekend that they're super tired from it? Danielle says, I live in NYC and we're not totally locked down, but we've been told to keep our masks on. I have to give it to NYC for not being too strict with us. I feel like New York and California are similar in that regard. Like, we just opened up restaurants again, but everybody still needs to be, distanced apart while they dine, and you can only dine with like immediate household or whoever. Actually, I don't even know if that's a restriction anymore. But basically, small-ish parties. So, like, I don't think anything more than 10. But I went to the park today, and boy, were there a lot of people there. Lots of birthdays, so happy birthday to everybody who's celebrating. But people were actually distanced from each other, but there were big families out there. And I'm just like, are you all supposed to be gathered like that? And then some people, of course, were not wearing their masks while they were passing other people. So I tried to stay as far away as I could. But, wanted to get some vitamin D, some sunshine. So I went out for a couple of hours and practiced a little bit of dance moves, flow. But yeah. And then actually tomorrow I head out to the Inland Empire, where I'm just staying for the evening, but available for sessions there, but I'll be filming as well, which will be nice. And Ooh, yes, I will be filming something really that I can't post on this platform, unfortunately, but it'll be for my OnlyFans and my clip stores. Daniel says they can't be too mean to us. As the two most populated states, they need us to vote for their politicians. The U.S. would be sunk without Cali and NY. Yeah. Faux show. I lived in New York too. You know, the thing that I really loved about New York, which I feel like California's like laid back, but I feel like New York is such a bigger city that you can literally just do whatever and get away with a lot of things. Like, I really like the NYPD, and I usually am not, a huge fan of the authorities, but the NYPD were so cool. Like, they literally just let you do whatever, and then if they see something that's like really troublesome, or like somebody is about to like harass somebody else, they'll step in then. But like they'll let you do whatever. It's like, as long as you're not disrupting the peace in like a huge way, or like breaking laws blatantly in front of them, like, they're super cool. And I really like the chicks that are in the NYPD are super tough too. They're awesome. Can't say the same about the LAPD though. So, yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But yes, Daniel, to circle back, you're right. I agree with you. We are very important states. As I'm like super Californian today too. Like my cover up beach wear with my mojito and my plant in my living room. I'm so matchy. But like ocean vibes too. Oh my gosh, if only. If I had a beach house, I would be streaming in like on the water every single week. That's what I would be doing. Hashtag life goals. But yeah, the reason why I ask is because, I don't know, I haven't seen a lot of my regulars this past week. From watching my latest video, have you guys seen my latest tentacle? Which is super awesome. Go check that out. I really love my new toy. She's, you gotta handle her, but Daniel says, speaking of women in the NYPD, did you know that Domina Nix Blake was an NYC police officer? They fired her because she used to be a Dom. So unfair. Oh, was that her? I saw that in the news when that came out, and I was just like, man, that really sucks. It's not like she was, doing, I don't know if she was doing full service or whatever, but that wasn't what her history. Yeah, that really, I don't know how that got leaked though. Like, I feel like if you're doing kind of a high profile job, you really need to keep kink under wraps, because unfortunately you still are an SW. Young Ben Frank Sinatra's giving me a kissy emoji with a heart, pink heart wrapped in a bow, and a couple emoji. Hello. Daniel says, I saw the tentacle. That thing is very lengthy. Yes, it is. I can't wait to test it out on a, consenting victim, if you will. I'm surprised though. I heard created a poll, and maybe I should have created the poll after I posted the review, but I would have thought that more people who view my channel would have liked insertables over vibration, but I was wrong. As majority actually likes vibration, which is understandable. I use vibration a lot too. Hello, Monty. Daniel says, Nyx is suing NYC. She's passionate about being a cop. I say, let her be an officer if she wants to be. She can be a good cop. Yeah, I mean, it gets a little dicey, though, because it is a really gray area, you know, what we do. But, yeah, I don't know all the details. I really want to know how they found out. Like, how it got leaked to them. Because that was private information, unless somebody was looking and saw her photo and was like, oh my gosh, is this her? You know, but then that person's just as guilty because they were looking. Daniel asks, how's your friend, the submissive girl who you did videos with? Oh, she's doing well. We did a camping trip a couple weeks ago, and then last weekend I asked her if she was available just to hang out, and I think she went to go see friends. This weekend, I was busy, so nothing happened, but hopefully again soon. Daniel says some dimed her out. Yeah. I created a video called My Coming Out Christmas Story. And I told it for Christmas because it actually has a happy ending, you know, thankfully on my end. But somebody outed me to my family. And that's really not cool because for over 6 years, I had what I was doing, you know, under wraps. I never told them. I didn't think that they really had the right to know at this time. I was going to tell them eventually, but I don't think it was in the place of other people or of another person to mention it to them. And so, you know, that story luckily ended up well with, you know, my parents accepting it, but it was no bueno. A.B. Del Ramen says, can you see us? Do you mean the chat? Yes, I can see you guys. I mean, not camming, obviously, but I can see your replies. Unless you are typing in a word that I have banned, then your message doesn't get seen at all. So be very careful what you post on, or what you type out, I should say. I'm just going to call you ABD. Says, what an honor. Oh, well, that's kind of what this chat live stream is for. It's to kind of, you know, engage with my followers and meet new people who might be interested in, you know, my channel and what I do for a living. My other talents that are super random, but, you know, just as interesting. Prince Nadar says, hello, goddess. Hello, welcome to the stream. Hope everyone is having a really awesome weekend and great start to the week, depending on where you are. Daniel says, my parents never accepted that I was submissive. They saw me viewing femdom videos one day. Oh. I mean, have you ever tried to sit down with them and actually converse and say, like, hey, this is a lifestyle, and, like, try to explain it to them? In my case, I was really lucky because my mom actually was interested in the kink world. Like, she read all the 50 Shades books. She researched, like, on her own, researched about rope, like kimbaku, and the art of tying. She researched a bunch of things, and that made me really happy that, you know, it didn't just stop at a fantasy novel trilogy. She went ahead, and because of her natural curiosity, was like, hey, I want to learn more about what this is about. So Gustavo says, hola bonita, ¿cómo estás? Espero algún día verte en Barcelona, España. Oh, mucho gusto. Yo fui a Barcelona en 20... No, wait. Oh, damn, what year was that? ¿2012? No sé. Olvidé cuál año estuvo allí, pero fue muy, muy linda la ciudad. Pero sí, mucho gusto. Exotic Plush says, hey there, how are you? I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing? Daniel says, I did then. They passed away about 2 years after that. Oh, wow. Well, I would say the positive note is you're kind of free to do whatever you wish now, and you don't have to have anybody judge you. You know, my condolences if they were people that you really loved. But that's why you have people like me who create this kind of safe space for you to be whatever you want to be. And again, no judgment. So Exotic Plush says, I'm doing well. Are you really barefoot, lol? Yes, I am. You got a tip to see it. Why would I not be? I'm at home. The most I would wear are like fuzzy slippers if I was cold. But it's not. It's really warm today, which is why I'm drinking a mojito and I'm saying cool down because I spent 2 hours under the sun. Well, I guess I was in the shade, but outdoors in the park today. ABD says, will you make special discounts for students? Actually, that's a good question. So I usually don't. That's the short answer. The longer answer is I decided since, you know, the pandemic happened and a lot of people have like changes in their lifestyle due to work, loss of work or changing work, and just like, it's been a rough year. Let's just leave it at that. I'm actually granting for now, I don't know how long I'm going to grant it, a sliding scale. So there's a discount for anybody who has seen me before or who is new to seeing me or new to playing and wants to try it out, especially after, you know, COVID is kind of like getting under the wraps kind of thing. There is a little wiggle room that I'm allowing now. Most people, like, as they get older or more experienced, they raise their prices, and I've already done that. So at this point, I feel like I have the luxury to be like, you know what? I know that other people want to see me, but they can't afford the full tribute. So I'm taking the time now to work with them. But again, I don't know how long that's going to last. So you have to sign up for my newsletter on dominamara.com and, you know, keep up to date with my news and my plans and hopefully travel. I am going to San Francisco. Note to everybody, I'm going to San Francisco at the beginning of May. So May 2nd to May 3rd, I will be there. Evening to morning kind of situation. It's Saoirse says, hi, Miss Mara. How are you? Hi, Saoirse. It's nice to see you. I'm doing well. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Daniel says, fuzzy slippers would look very cute on you. Oh, they are. They have like the ugly sweater print on it, but it's like, it's kind of cute, you know? It's not ugly. I'm just saying ugly sweater as the term because everybody knows it as that, if you know what I mean. Exotic Plush says, I had a question. Do you take requests for videos, not customs, but ideas? Yes, I do. You know, I'm always open to receiving recommendations, but it's up to me, obviously, at the end of the day, to if I want to do it or not, and then how I do it, how I execute the video, if it happens. It depends on how, like, detailed it is, too. Like, I don't take scripts. I charge extra, actually, for scripts. Like, I released one for my female sub in Texas. She requested a custom for me, and she wanted, like, not line by line, but she wrote out, like, paragraphs of what she wanted to happen. And I was like, okay, I don't really do scripts because that really hinders on my creativity, and I'm not able to really get into the character as much as if it was impromptu or from my head. So what I told her was like, look, I'm willing to work with you, but I will charge more. And she was willing to pay it. So we had an agreement. Daniel says, I have an aunt who lives in Visalia? California. Do you know that town? It's south of Fresno. No, I don't. But I know where Fresno is. Daniel says, enjoy your hometown in May. Yes, good job. That is my hometown, San Francisco Bay Area. San Francisco proper. I'm from actual San Francisco. It's Sersha says, I'm just going to call you Sersha. I don't know why I'm saying the whole thing. Sersha says, I'm good. I got finished making molds for iron pouring, so I'm very dirty, lol. Actually, speaking of that, and awesome, that I really love that you do iron work. That's so badass. I'm actually going to start I'm telling you guys, I always tell the people who are here because I feel like you guys deserve to hear it since you are here, but like I'm actually gonna start another business that's tangenting off of domination. So once I hit 10K on YouTube, you guys will see it. Like it'll launch then. So I'm super excited because as the numbers go up, so that's why you gotta like all my videos, including this live stream, plus like all of my other ones, because that'll help the algorithm push my video out to more people, and we can get more subscribers and have like awesome community stuff happening. So yeah, but it's related to kind of what you're doing, but not iron, obviously. I don't think I'm skilled enough for that. Prince Nadar says, Goddess, do you have a personal slave who serves you at home? I don't like the word slave because, and I'm saying it that way because I don't know if that's allowed here, but I do have a personal sub, and he does a lot of things for me. He knows where I live. He's the only one that really knows where I live. There were a couple of potential submissives who were being considered for being personal to me, but unfortunately those didn't work out, who know where I live. But for the most part, most people don't, because I try to keep my personal life private. And so he helps me film, he helps model sometimes. He and I have like multiple dynamics, which is really cool. But yeah. Exotic Plush says, I had a good idea you might like, but I don't know. Give me time to type it. But do you know what time freezing is? Oh, yes. I think you asked me this before. And yes, I do know. And my Texas female sub is into that. So I do that with her, like, every session. Like, live session or through customs. You should check that clip out, actually. The one I'm talking about. It's the cat burglar one on iwantmara.com. It's 30 minutes long. So I think that's like the longest custom I've ever done. No, that's not true. I did another one that was like around that time as well. But that's the longest that a female sub has ever requested of me, which is awesome. More of that, please. Saoirse says, ooh, oh my god, I'm excited. Yeah, me too. I've been working really hard on that. So if I haven't been posting, no, I have been posting on social media. If you've paid attention to my social media, you see that I've been asking a lot of polls. Those polls are not just for fun. I mean, yes, they are fun, but like they have intention behind them. So yeah. ABD says, how can I resist the urge? That's right, most can't. And if you tip $5 to $10, you can see my feet, which are actually really not dirty, but they were in dust today because I was outdoors. I wore boots. I wore combat boots, leather combat boots, so you can imagine the smell, all you leather foot lovers. Daniel says your sub is very lucky. Yeah, he is. And you know what? I'm lucky to have him. Just like I'm lucky to have all of you here. It really is heartwarming to me. So I appreciate you being here. Exotic Plush says, can you put it in chat? The freeze video. No, I can't. It's not allowed probably on this platform. So go look it up. I told you the website. If you don't remember it, you got to rewatch this video later. Daniel's asking, favorite movie genre? That's a good one. I really like thrillers or like cerebral, like mind fucks. But I love anything from like fantasy, sci-fi, like fantasy adventure, sci-fi adventure, something with adventure, like mystery adventure, crime adventure. Gotta be thrilling though, you know? I don't like boring documentary stuff really. Like I have to really set my mind in that mood to want to watch that, or it has to be like a theme or the autobiography or like the fantasy biography of somebody to really get me. If you know what I mean. Like the drama, okay, here's a good example. If you guys have seen Secretary, which is super like popular in the kink scene, the person who directed and created that also directed a film that's lesser known called Fur, starring Nicole Kidman and Robert Downey Jr. I know, heavy hitters, but not a lot of people know it because it's such an indie film. But it's actually a fictional autobiography of what Diane, the photographer, the person who it's about, her life could have been in a fantastical way. But it's like a documentary / biography film, but it's done in such a way with a lot of like sexual tension that you're just like, oh my god, the whole time, even to the end. Check it out. I haven't actually mentioned that film yet on this channel, so that's cool. It's one of my top 10 films, I think. ABD says, we are all submissive to you, goddess. Actually, I think a few people in here are not submissive, but most of you are. Or at least, you know, fetishists. Daniel says the video might be allowed on BitChute. They don't censor. Oh, what's BitChute? Is that a streaming site or is that a chat site? I gotta look that up. Exotic Plush says, okay, so my idea is that you're doing something and someone freezes time to play with your feet. Oh, usually I don't have other people freeze time though. Usually I'm the one freezing time because obviously the control is based off of the dominant, so. But you can flip it and reverse it so that happens that way. Deanberry says, love you, with a pink heart and an arrow through it. Aw, thanks. Welcome to the stream. Daniel says, I'm an Alien fan. Wayland Yutani is the Amazon of the future. Alien was really good. I also really enjoyed Alien versus Predator. I know it's so, like, it's not the same. But because it's not the same, it's so good. The one with... Isn't that the one with Adrian Brody in it? That was so fun. I saw it in the theater because the person that I was with was such a fan. They paid for my ticket to be there. I was like, okay. So that was thriller sci-fi. Juku says, hey, can I ask something please? You can ask, but I can't guarantee that I will, respond. Ask respectfully, and we'll see. Exotic Plush says, if you were to flip it, how would you do that? I would do it so that I would freeze time and have them try and play with my feet, and then I would, like, freeze them and then do something else, and they would have to, like, I don't know, crawl towards me and try to worship my feet then. It's like almost like they can never reach my feet. And then I let them reach it for a couple seconds, and then I freeze time and then move again. It's teasing and denying. What I do best. Liam says, whoop whoop. Hello, Liam. Daniel says, okay. Okay, I don't know if I can show that remark about YouTube without the BitChute one, but thank you for that. I will check that out. Daniel also says the one with Adrian was Predators, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, then maybe it was Predators. That was fun. It was a fun movie. I mean, it wasn't like mind-blowing with story or anything. It was like all action for me. And suspense, of course. Exotic Plush says, but I think the cool twist would be they would get a hold of a freezing thing and play with them. Sure. Maybe towards, like, the end, they finally are able to. Liam says, if the world was way open, like people walked around on the street with their pets, the BDSM version, would you like that world? Oh man, that's like a loaded question. Because like what else would be allowed, in the world? The reason why it's restricted is because of children, mainly, and because society doesn't believe that that should be outside of private, like, environments. I kind of like the secretive aspect of things, because when you do stuff like under the table, say I'm at a restaurant, if you guys have heard and listened to my dumb date ASMR video on YouTube, you can do a bunch of stuff that is not visible to other people unless you're really looking. And I feel like that little, like, tinge of fear that people might find out or might look or you get caught adds a level of suspense and, like, thrill in public, and I feel like that would be seriously lacking, and everybody would get super jaded with kink. You know? Like, it has to almost be, like, the reason that it's taboo is, like, because it has to be secret, because it's not that accepted, you know? It's only accepted in some circles. Small circles. Liam says, did you ever train another dom on how to do things? I doubled with a couple of people who were not as experienced as me, and so I had to like tell them how to use implements safely, and where to aim on a body, so that it is, you know, in the target areas, in the safe zones. But no, I've been asked actually quite a bit to train other people privately, and because they liked my vibe, they wanted to just get a deeper sense of my style of domination. But I'm not a teaching type. I like to learn from other people. I like to observe. I like to try things out myself. But I don't see myself as a mentor. That's just not my path and not who I am. That doesn't mean that I can't do it. I just am not as comfortable doing it because, I don't know, I'm more of like I seek to do things, you know. I don't want to teach other people how to do things. And that's not to say they shouldn't go seek out other people who want to teach, because there are some fantastic instructors out there, and I gladly recommended them to those people who sought me out. But at the end of the day, those people were like, oh, I don't want to go and, you know, learn under somebody else. I want to learn under you. And I was just like, unfortunately, you know, I have my YouTube channel, which kind of gives a deeper, like, an in-depth content on my perspectives on female, you know, domination because of my experiences. So these are all personal things that I've gone through and am happy to share for free. But there are, like, to have one-on-one time with me and actually coach you on domination, that's something else. Now, that's not to say if you are part of a couple, right, and you come to me and you want to play and you want to invite me as your third, or invite me as a dom of both of you, or co-top with each other to one of your bottoms, that's different. Because I can coach through that and just say, how can I make you a better player to your partner in the dynamic that you already have together? Or say you're starting out, how can you both be better at understanding each other? So I'm playing off of what those two people have already, or like what they can be potentially, because I can see it. Does that make sense? That's a really long answer, but it's the most thorough answer, and I feel like it's the most fair answer. Because if I answered it super quickly, people are going to be like, oh, she just doesn't want to, you know, like, share people, like, her secrets or whatever. I don't really have any secrets. I just play the way I play. I am who I am. You guys can see me on my stream. Like, I literally am the person that I am on stream as I am on my videos. There's no hiding. I don't lie. I don't make up stories, because I don't have time for that. There's nothing in my world that I can, like, imagine how many things I would have to, you know, count, all the lies I would have to count, or all the things that I have to keep track of if I made up who I was as a person. Like, that's insane. I don't have time for that. I'm trying to run my own business. I'm trying to launch a second business. You know, it's not me. I am who I am, and I'm happy to share that with you all. But only to a certain extent, and to the comfort of my extent, if that makes sense. Liam says, just make half the world PG and the other half 18 plus. Isn't it already like that though? I mean, there's like families, people with families, and then there's people who are single or people who are, you know, choose to not have children and want to have fun. I feel like the world is already like that. Daniel says, do you communicate with Ashley Domina very often? No, I don't. Actually, we've only met a couple times. ABD says, being obedient only isn't enough. No, it's not. If you watch my personal submissives video, I demonstrate, or I actually go through the process of what it takes to be my personal submissive and what I expect. It's not just you demonstrating you can follow orders, because anybody can do that. Anyone can just be like, yes, mistress, and just do it. But are you dedicated? Do you proactively seek, you know, my comfort, or do you want to know who I am as a person? And then on top of that, are like, okay, what else can I do to make her happy? What else can I do so that she doesn't even have to think about those things? Because she has so many other things to think about, more important things to think about. So no, being obedient means nothing. It's good for play. It's good if you don't want to get punished. It's good if you've negotiated that, like, if you're a good boy for the whole session, you get rewarded with this. It's good if you don't want to be, you know, bad. If you just want to be the obedient, like, perfect maid or perfect puppy, you know, perfect sub. But that's only one aspect of it. There's a whole other aspect of being like a personal, you know, subservient to a dom. If that is what you truly want to do. Also, being obedient doesn't mean you're submissive. It could just mean that you have a fetish for obeying. And then after you get your fill, you're done. And you don't need to serve anymore. That's not a real submissive. Exotic Plush says, I think the idea would be cool. What do you think? And could you post it here or post it? I think it would be cool because I don't see anything like that out here. I would not post it on YouTube. I would post it on my Clips stores. My YouTube channel is geared more towards, like, story. I guess that could be, like, role play. It would have to be something, like, with costume and stuff, though, I feel. To enhance it. For me, personally. Daniel says, are you familiar with Miss LX? She's a dom here on YouTube. No, I have no idea. I know a lot of doms throughout the nation, so if they are just a dom whose lifestyle, I would not know them. If they are a dom on YouTube, they may or may not be professional. I know a lot of professionals. I don't know a lot of lifestyle people. And I know that there's a lot of people on YouTube who aren't real doms, but pose as them too, so... It's a range. Liam says, if you could be a kink superhero, save people from bad kinks, dom subs, or a kink supervillain, unlocking the Pandora's box of kink and innocent vanilla adults, which one would you be? Ooh. I feel like I'm already the first one. Actually, no, I'm also the second one. It's not a supervillain, but I help people unlock other things because... newbies and people who are vanilla come to me to try to experience things in kink, and I open this side for them. But at the same time, like, some people will come to me with, like, interests, and the interests were not done correctly by previous doms. And so when they're just like, I really like this one thing, but then they're just, like, scared to try it again because they had such a bad experience. But then when I'm just like, well, it's up to you. If you want to experience it with me, since I'm a different person, you know, I'm happy to do that. And then they do, and they're like, wow, I never thought that that could be like that. I like it again. And I'm just like, aw, you know, I did a good job. So I feel like I'm a little bit of both, which is kind of like Catwoman. She kind of plays that gray area. Daniel says, Miss L did a video about what you're talking about today. Just today. What I talked about a lot of things. What did I talk about today? Or what is, I don't know what you're talking about. Gaga Vaga says, I'm a big fan of your video. Beautiful video. Which video? You guys gotta be specific. I did a lot of videos. I have over 100 videos. Exotic Clue says, but you can do it, yes? Yes, I can. I mean, I would probably do it as a custom, honestly. Because it's not as big of an interest to me as it seems like it is for you. So, custom clip. Liam says, if you ever did pet play, I have done pet play multiple times. What was the weirdest animal they would be? Instead of dog, cat, or something like that, snake or mouse or turtle. You know, actually no one's really been anything crazy. I really have an affinity for like platypus though. I know it's so random, but they're so cute and they're such a unique animal. I'm like waiting for somebody to be into that because I want to do that. I want to pet platypus. Liam says, so anti-hero. Yes. I feel like anti-hero is the best because it's both of them. You're doing good, but you're like the bad cop. Daniel says about obedience not being enough. I mean, that's what I said in my personal submissives video. Like, I feel like a lot of doms would say the same thing. Like, real doms who are looking for real submissives and subservience. Exotic Fish is asking, what color toenails are you rocking today? They are clear coated. They're actually still really good from the video that I posted about my sub giving me a massage. They still have the Chanel clear coat on them. This stuff really is really good. Gaga says, feets video, ma'am. Beautiful feets. I love your feets. You got a tip. You can send me a super chat or super sticker of $5 to $10 and I will show them to everybody. You can find that through the $ that's underneath the chat. I have also posted and pinned Amazon gift cards because I am accepting those in order to help purchase supplies for my second business. And that way I also get 100% of the gift. Daniel says, I like otters. Oh, otters are so cute too. Man, okay, so you know, museums just opened up here in California again. I'm like super, like I really want to go to an aquarium again. I don't know why, I just feel like it. Even though I just like went to the beach the other day. I just feel like marine animals have like such a unique essence about them, you know? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. They're very playful. Liam says, if your play would be a fantasy setting and money would still be no issue, how far would you play into the fantasy? Oh, okay. So I want to do a lot more. If you saw, I just got a new tentacle, right? The video that I posted yesterday. I really want to do like alien stuff and like unicorn stuff, dragon and dragon eggs. The company that you know, the tentacles from, they have a bunch of like fantasy uh realms that you can choose from and like genres. And I really just want to go deep into that. Like, you know how we were saying that like we would do costumes and stuff? I don't do that, and I really want to do that. So, yeah. I mean, I know it's like a huge production. Even if you're not filming it, like I would want to film it because if it's going to be a big thing, it might as well be a big thing. But yeah, I don't know. Liam says, also platypus are dope creatures. Duckbill, beaver tail, poisonous claws on their legs, lay eggs, yet give milk, so they are mammals. Yes, exactly. They're like birds, but mammals. It's so cool. And they're kind of cute. I had a coworker when my last 9-to-5 job. He had a leather-footed platypus. Like the beak, the bill, and the webbed feet were all leather, and then the rest of the body was this nice like faux fur. And he had it in his car, and he would play metal music. He had like 2 kids and a wife and stuff like that. But like he was like my older brother / crazy uncle / mentor of our department. It was awesome. Every time we went to lunch outside of the building, like we would go to different places that were nearby, and I worked in Beverly Hills, so we would go to lunch in Beverly Hills. It was just like super fancy or whatever, but he would have the platypus in his car, and I would always play with it because you can stick your hand in it and like open it, the bill up like a Muppet or a puppet. So it reminds me of that, and it's such a cute toy. Like, I really love that. I was like, where did you get it? But it was actually from his ex. I was like, does your wife know that? And he was like, no. I was like, it's okay. I won't tell her. He actually is the one who introduced me to baby metal. If you guys have been in my previous live streams, they're a Japanese band that used to have 3 like super cute girls, and now they're down to 2, but have really good metal music from Japan. While being cute. Exotic Pluge says, had a question. I do art stuff on Instagram and plan on making money. How would I go about spreading to making money? I have no idea. I don't go that route, so I would ask people who are already artists and doing well on Instagram, like with a lot of followers, and do commissions and stuff like that, and ask how they started. Or some of those people also have YouTube channels, so I would go and YouTube them. I mean, I post my own photography and short films, but I don't profit off of those. It helps promote me, who I am as a person and as an artist, but I do not make money from that. Liam says, wait, are professional doms that do fantasy play just very active, kinky D&D players? I don't know. I've never played D&D. I have made up stories since I was super young. Like written stories, poems. That's why I'm really good at roleplay. Like, I'm super good at creating stuff on the spot. I'm super good at creating film concepts because I've done this since I was a kid. Like, this is literally me just doing it as an adult. But I would think that D&D takes that kind of creativity, that impromptu, with all the other players to be the person who's narrating. It takes skill. If you're a really good D&D group and you do that, that's what I've heard, at least. I've never watched it. I've never done it. I don't think I have the patience for it. But yeah, it's huge because of it. Gaga says, foot play video in black high heels. You should watch my dominatrix footwear video here on YouTube. It's an ASMR. It's in my ASMR playlist on my channel. Liam says, I'd play an axolotl though. If I was better at electronics and studied again, I would make lots of cosplay. Imagine a tentacle with a sensor that if you step on it, it starts wrapping around your legs. I'm actually going to be doing some ASMR with a tentacle on here soon on YouTube. I don't know how it's going to go. We're going to find out. Exotic Plush says, before stream ends, could we get a quick look at your feet? Lol, I know we have to pay, but maybe just a once. No, you guys have to tip. I don't do freebies. Or else I would say you can look at my past live streams. I have a whole playlist dedicated to foot stuff on my channel, so it's titled 4-Foot Fetishists. Liam says, not asking for you to do it, but I suddenly thought, can you bend over and touch your toes without bending your knees? Yes, I can. If you guys watch my yoga stuff, I do that. How many of you actually watch my videos? And how many of you actually just come for the live streams? I'm curious. I should do a poll on my channel about this, actually. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm curious. Exotic Plush says, lol, I hope we get a tip soon. I know Kent usually does when he comes on, but I was inconsistent last week for Easter, so I was on way early. And right now, well, it's like 11 on the East Coast. He's on the East Coast. And then, who else? We have a bunch of people from, I know Third Eye does sometimes, Southie does, and people also tip me offline. I get a bunch of tips, like, especially from, like, somebody who plays with me regularly. I get tips through email after they watch, because they don't watch my stream live. They sometimes lurk, but most of the time they watch it afterwards, and they will tip me after, so that's really nice. Daniel says, I watch pretty much everything you upload on YouTube. I enjoy your videos. Oh, thanks. Do you have notifications turned on by chance? I'm just curious. I took a poll of this before, but now I have a bunch of new subscribers too, so I'm just curious what people have selected. And also, how did you find me, Daniel? That's also another thing that I like to ask. Liam says, well, it's 5:15 a.m., so I'm going to sleep. Axolotl is a cute water salamander who can regrow its limbs, even get body parts from others, even their head. Huh. I wonder how long, sounds like a Pokemon. I wonder how long they can run around headless before they, you know? Barry says, Mara, please show your souls. You can beg all you want. You can even be on your knees all you want. But nada until I get a tip. Daniel says, I have notifications turned on. Good boy. Gaga says, please, 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 please. Foot play live video, man. I'm sure you would want that. Daniel says, I found you through Goddess Alexandra Snow's channel. Wait, like as a recommended video? Or... I don't think she featured me on there. Probably as a recommended video, right? But then that actually begs the question, which video? Liam says, I watch your videos, but I've been busy, so I haven't watched many recently. I have the bell turned on and found you when I searched FDOM ASMR. Ooh, nice. Good news for you guys. So I have the next 3 videos that I'm going to upload onto YouTube already done. I just have to edit one more of them, actually. But the next 2 weeks are done. Next week is going to be memes again, because that's just my life. I love jokes, and hopefully you guys too. And then, the next 2 are going to be ASMR. But they're going to be, like, similar, but different. Exotic Plush says, do you know anybody else who does this on YouTube? Does what? Talk? Yes, tons of people talk. Liam says, or a video of you having a conversation answering BDSM questions. Oh. Cool. Those are all demonetized. Which sucks, because I actually put time and thought into those. I feel like, I mean, I do put time and thought into all of my videos, but I feel like the ones that I actually pour my heart out, those ones are like, nope, no money for you. Exotic Plush says, I mean, like, foot content, like how you do it. I feel like there's more people who are doing it now, but I don't know. I don't really go on YouTube for that. I don't watch other people's feet, so I wouldn't know. Honestly, the stuff that I personally watch are like makers. People who make really cool stuff. Like, I don't even watch ASMR. Like, the only person that I did watch that one time, which Nate saw, was the one chick who does like really elaborate sets. And I feel like the algorithm pushed it towards me because I do my own DIYs. Like, I think she does everything pretty much herself, which is really, really impressive. And I love that stuff. Like, if you do a bunch of work to enhance your videos, like, that means so much more to me than, like, doing videos just to churn them out, you know? Like, anyone can do that. Lots of people do that. And they get the views, but does it impress me? No. Definitely not. And that's why I was happy to shout out her channel, too, because I was just like, she is that impressive. I'm happy to shout her out, you know? She doesn't even know who I am, but she's awesome. Steve says, looking great this evening. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Liam says, good night and enjoy the rest of your day. For the rest of your week, you'll have to ask again. Smiley face, anguish face, and I don't know what face that is. Oh, the face that's going, ha 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 ha. Daniel says, recommended video. YouTube will always point you to other femdom channels. I found you through a video she made when she was talking about her dungeon. These doms are heavy hitters, no pun intended. Yes. Well, I'm honored to be recommended from her channel. So, yay! Gaurav Yadav is asking me to show my feet. So, if you are new to my channel, I don't just show my feet willy-nilly. you have to tip 5 to 10 US dollars, the equivalent, whatever that is in your currency, and you can do so by sending a super chat or a super sticker through the $ that is underneath the chat. You can also purchase my YouTube memberships, which have all of these emojis. Oh wait, how do I send this? There. Wait, why is it not sending? Oh, send. Custom emojis that I have curated myself. Not just curated, I've actually made myself. I'm so happy that I'm like a master at Photoshop. I'm so happy about that. I don't have to pay anybody to do that work for me. Gaurav says, I'm from India, goddess. Good morning from India. Tongue out face and smiley face. Hello, or how do you say hi or hello, or like what's your greeting in India? I always like to learn that as the first thing for languages. Like I love learning languages. Like I can speak Spanish, kind of broken Spanish, and then I can speak very elementary Portuguese. But then I can say a few things in like Chinese and Japanese too. Exotic Clue says, I'm actually surprised no one has super... You mean chatted? Lol. I mean, it's an up and or down thing on my channel. And honestly, like, I don't expect it. I don't expect people to tip. It's just, whoa, it's just, caught it. It's just very nice when I do receive it because, you know, people appreciate the work I do. So they do tip. And as a reward, because not everybody will do this, some people won't even reward people. That's why I came up with a system where it's like, I will show my feet, you know? Because I know I have a lot of foot lovers out there. I'm a foot model, for God's sake, I'm an award-winning foot model. Gaurav, you're not telling me how to say hello in Hindi or like a greeting. Actually, I do have new black high heels that you guys haven't tipped yet to see, so I'm not going to put them on. They would actually look pretty cool with this outfit, since I have black underneath. It's like a see-through, like... Wow! Oh, cut it again! My reflexes are good. Yeah, this is like a see-through, like, cover-up. My new heels, they are black, would look great with this. So... Carl says, hello, mistress. Hello. Gaurav is asking if I have an Instagram account. Of course I do. You can find it on my YouTube channel on my About page. Or you could follow it via Mara Domina. M-A-R-A. Domina. I also have a Twitter account in the same user handle, and my TikTok is also Mara Domina. You guys, oh my god. Okay, so I really love TikTok. I don't know why, but it just gives you so much more creativity, so much more leeway. Like, it's awesome. Chi Hung Feng says, you are so sexy. Thanks. Welcome to the stream. says, Mara, please show your soles of your feet. You guys ask a lot for not tipping anything. Let's see, how long have I been on? 70 minutes. I guess I can also start wrapping things up. So, if anybody has any last minute topics, questions, comments, concerns they want to ask me, do let me know. I'm also almost out of a mojito, so I might make myself a new one. But before I get to that, like this video, share it with other people so that they can, you know, find out about my femdom topics, personal submissives. I have my own foot playlist, ASMR playlist, product reviews such as the tentacle from this weekend. I've been procrastinating on doing this chair, but this will also be a DIY that is also dominant related. You guys will see in the near future. I've been procrastinating because there's 2 of them. I have to do 2 chairs, not just one. Exotic Plush says, love the way your feet look. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I grew to like them too. Actually, I'm gonna be cutting my toenails tomorrow. Or, you know what? I'll cut my toenails tonight. I'm going to be uploading it onto my OnlyFans. So, if you want to join my OnlyFans, actually, I was supposed to give a flash sale. Maybe I'll do a flash sale soon for my OnlyFans. Keep checking it. But yeah, if nobody has any other questions or anything else they would like to say besides seeing my feet, you guys can check out my other videos that feature my feet. But until next time, next Saturday, I have a new video coming out. It's going to be super funny. 1 p.m. Pacific time. And then I live stream every Sunday unless I mention that I can't, because I'm traveling or out and about. Also, if you guys, like, when I exit out of this live stream, the thumbnail that I took a photo of for this live stream has my feet on it. So you guys can drool over that if you don't want to send me a gift card, which is also pinned to this chat. But yeah. Until next time, be safe, have fun, keep it kinky, everyone. Thanks for joining my stream. Good night.